This is the first stock market short video for ChewDog charts. In the near future, I'll create a new playlist that will be titled ChewDog Shorts. These videos will be quick and to the point and will not contain any fundamental information, just a quick chart, since there's no use in wasting time. The short videos will help me when I'm busy and in a crunch like I am tonight. And on a side note, there won't be a video next week as I'll be traveling once again, but we'll still have the weekend update. So here we go. Berkshire Hathaway added positions in materials manufacturer Louisiana-Pacific Corp, and the symbol is LPX. The company's latest 13F filing revealed the new position amounting to nearly 5.8 million shares. So let's take a look at the charts. And now we're taking a look at the monthly chart. This is the 20-year monthly chart on Louisiana-Pacific Corp, and the symbol is LPX. And for disclosure purposes, I do not hold any shares of Louisiana-Pacific at this time. Now, we had a bit of trouble back in 2009, but that's over. We did have the run all the way up here into, say, late 2020, and then off we went. But we had this topping process here, and we've come on down to this point, say just under $50 a share. Didn't quite get to that 50 EMA, and we're now back up to 63.52, probably in advance of Berkshire's purchasing. And you wonder how that information gets out, but it does. Let's move on down to the oscillators. The one problem here, slight problem, is a continual downward slope in the volume. I don't think it's a big deal because the price has been going up. Here, though, I think is somewhat of a red flag, is that we did have this rollover in the MAC at this point. The fast line went through the slow line down to this. We have a little fishhook here, but still the separation between the fast line there and the slow line here is still pretty wide. So I'm not so sure this is going to be a bottom and basing entry point here. If you go back, say, to 2004 through 2006, the fast line came on through and it came under and up and then got reflected back for the next couple of years, and down we went. I'm not saying that's going to happen here, but I hate these moves that are above the zero line with a quick turn up against that slow line, which oftentimes they can get reflected back. Now, this may be different, but when we take a look at the histogram, there's a pretty big distance that this chart has to move to get to that zero line. A number of months, I would say. So just continue to be patient, at least in my opinion. Price rate of change, we did have this move all the way down, very sharp. Hit that bottom there, on back up here. We do have a little bit of a reflection near that zero line, so I still think there's going to be some more sawtoothing down here before it finally picks enough steam up and the fast line moves through that slow line. So just be careful. Relative strength doesn't look too bad at a moderate 54.41. It's near that 50 line. Looks decent there. Now here's another decent looking oscillator, these stochastics, and you can see every time that the fast line has come through here, it's had a pretty good run, but it has taken some time, like here, and then of course back in 2006 through 2009. I'm not saying that's the same market we have now, but it can take time. These others were a little bit sharper there in 2011 and 2014, but I don't think we're in those kinds of market right now. Moving down here into the Williams, once again, a fairly sharp bounce at this point, but we're still just barely under that 50 or midline, and I'd like to see it move on up into that -20 to the zero, that overbought territory. It may get there, but I'm still a little bit distrusting this simply because of that MAC. We'll look at the MAC one more time. This is a little bit too queasy for me. That distance, that indicates volatility and perhaps some downside. But this is a ChewDog short. The risk is all yours. And for ChewDog, I'm out.